put that hand down, because it's time for another episode of Lights Out, coming to you a day late and a Negro short. But that's okay. That's okay. You still got EE, you still got Cosmos, and we still got a lot to cover, because what a amazing event it was. And of course, this amazing episode is sponsored by our friends over at Prize Picks. Make sure you download that app and use code LIGHTSOUT for a deposit match of up to $100. And the way these tournaments are going, Cosmos, people are going to need it, because the betting has got to be off the charts. I know you didn't attend Supernova, Jim, but did you watch Supernova? Did you consume Supernova? Did you endure Supernova?
I did watch it, and honestly, I feel like, because I talked to Void and I was like, I feel like I need to not go to this tournament to like solidify myself as like solidify my life, because I just moved and I'm trying to get more into content. And he said like, yeah, going to one big tournament is like the mental shift that he had to do to make. And it was like, I don't remember which tournament it was, but for me, it was supposed to be Supernova. And like, I don't regret it, because my YouTube channel has been doing a lot better, but damn, that was definitely one of the best tournaments that we have had in a long, long time, especially with the current meta that we have in Ultimate right now. That was one of the best tournaments I've ever seen in a full long time.
Yeah, it was, and it had a lot of people nervous too, because the last couple of Supernovas, formerly Super Smash Con, obviously, you know, those top eights, they were a little rocky. I'm not gonna lie to folks, but this one did not disappoint. It had a nice little diverse mix of good characters, some rising stars, some mainstays, and a whole lot of hype. Now you guys are probably wondering right off the bat, well, EE, I thought Light resolved this homeless thing. Where is he? What's going on? This is not Light's fault. I will take full accountability for why Light is not here. I was in Maryland after Supernova visiting my mom. I didn't have proper quality to record, so I just got back today on Thursday. Light, unfortunately, had some family matters and a flight to catch later, so he couldn't make today's episode. But he did send some notes that I will read off later for you guys and kind of give you his thoughts on everything that went down. But let's just dive right into it, man, because I am super excited to talk about this. We're going to open things up with the results. As you guys already know at this point, I'm sure the results for Smash Ultimate, man, oh man, was that something to behold. Sparg0 takes first place, Cloud, Roy, and Aegis, Sonix in second, Shadic, Asimo, Raru, and Hurt, Akola, and Yoshidora. So from 4th to 7th, nothing but Japan, 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 Japan. Whole lot of Japan right there, and some notable 9th places being TWEEK, Mars, Snow, and Onin, former Supernova champion actually down there. And then how about Mia and DeBuzz, Zamba, and Ken all in 13th? You got Shuton. Oh, there's Light down there in 17th. Along with
Leo.
Along with Leo, along with Goat, who got Rob, by the way. We'll talk about that later. Just a whole lot, just a star-studded cast of names right there. Tom P in 25th. I mean, you know, I would say up to 25th, like there's an assortment here. Like this could be a top 8. Like it could have gone. There's so many different ways that this tournament could have gone, but it did go the way of Sparg0 actually taking it. I think he only dropped a total like 4 games, maybe 5, if I'm not mistaken, en route to winning this tournament. And then, of course, Sonix with one of the most epic losers runs you'll ever see after being sent to losers by Snow. He went on a tear and just took out a laundry list of names for sure, man, including like people like Light, including Akola, including TWEEK. I mean, it was just insanity. Shadic as well. So Asimo. So kudos to Sonix, man. But give me your thoughts right there on those results, man. Did you see it coming? I mean, any standout surprises? I want to know.
I mean, my biggest surprise is I want to know if you knew about it, but where did the Roy come from? Has he been playing Roy for a while, or what was that all about?
So when I interviewed him after he won the tournament, he said that he had played Roy a lot in like online friendlies with Sonix, and it, you know, sometimes would have success, but you know, it was an online character. It's not something that he necessarily expected to work. But after game number 1, you know, didn't go so well with the agency. He was like, all right, let me try. And then I asked him, what if the Roy didn't work? And he specifically said, well, I wouldn't know what to do after that. So he got fortunate that Roy pulled it out, man. I mean, if you guys watched that, you know that was a hell of a thing. I don't even put it on screen while you talk over it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't really know why he says that, because I know that one of the characters that, I mean, I know that Sonix beat Shadic 3-0, but I know he's lost to Shadic before. He's lost to Sparg0's corn before, and I know Sonix just in general his least favorite character in the game and one of the worst matchups he feels Sonic has is Corrin. So I'm surprised that he didn't feel like that would have worked out either. But to see the Roy coming out of nowhere, even though it's not something that was like genuinely in practice, like his main characters, Cloud and Aegis, was really and it was clean. It was a very good Roy too.
Right?
So he's just I feel like Sparg0 is just literally becoming the second coming of Leo, who was like the best player to ever use sword characters. And it just shows that if Sparg0 use any sword character, he'll be a threat for you.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I mean, we know, when he picked up Aegis, he ended up winning a summit eventually and a bunch of other tournaments. We know when he picked up Corrin, he got over the hump a lot, like with Sonix, and was like dominating that for a while before Sonix started to catch up again. Now we're throwing another, wrench into the plan right there, bringing out the Roy. And I, recall like in the latter half of last season, MK Leo was playing a little bit of Roy, but I mean, it never got him a big win like this, man. And even, Cola, he won CEO, but CEO wasn't the magnitude of this. So right now, definitely, we haven't seen it tested too much, only specifically against Sonix, which seemed to be the plan. But that Roy, I'd like to see that stay in the rotation because it was gnarly. It was really entertaining to watch. And our winners finals, of course, was awesome. Shadic, this kid Shadic, man, like, I mean, it's just incredible to watch what he does.
He's so consistent.
That's the word right there, consistent. Because I look at somebody like TWEEK, and I know TWEEK had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder coming into this because I know he doesn't think Hurt should have been ranked above him. I'm kind of agree with that. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with that. So I know. Oh, big happy birthday to Void, by the way.
Happy birthday, go!
The ultimate cameo. He's going fast. The target.
How old is he now? 28.
The target 11s. I love him.
All right.
The Amazon 12. Sonix had those on, man. They ran them all the way to second place, so it's got to be doing something right. But nah, it was crazy, man. Shadic's consistency is on another level right now. I mean, outplacing TWEEK, outplacing Light, and it's those three that I feel like are always vying for like the best in the US. I gotta say, I think Shadic, as of late, has pulled ahead in that race. Not including anything LumiRank related, I think Shadic has pulled ahead in that race just based off these last couple of tournaments. TWEEK hasn't been to quite as much. Light got a Defend the North win, but he hasn't performed to the level I would like to see him at the last major tournaments. Shadic, however, he's been present. Boom, 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 boom. Top 8, top 8, top 8. This kid does the damn thing. It's insane to watch. We gotta give Shadic his flowers, man. I gotta say it. He might be the new best in the US, undisputed.
I mean, it's definitely looking that way right now because I don't remember the last time he hasn't been in top 8, honestly. I know that, like, I feel like even every single tournament last year, he might have maybe won tournament, but I'm pretty sure every tournament he's made top 8. And I know there has been tournaments where Light hasn't made top 8. There's been tournaments where TWEEK hasn't made top 8. At least like more than one recently, or at least this year. And I feel like Shadic's not only just in top 8, he's always in like top 5, top 4. He always makes it to like winners finals now. Or something. I feel like it's a thing because I remember making a tweet saying like if Shadic won Smash Supernova, I would main Corrin, and then someone replied to me, if he doesn't get third, he'll main Corrin because apparently he's been getting third a lot, and Shadic ended up getting third again. And third is a pretty good place to get. Obviously, I know that if you're a player like that and you're getting places like that, you obviously want to win, and third is not like satisfying for you. But to have a random breakout like that, like last year, a random breakout of consistency and still consistently be rising up the rankings to like, because whenever he was getting top 8, he was getting like the lower part, like 7th and 5th. Now he's getting like 4th, 3rd pretty consistently. It's bound to happen that I know he won Cirque and we're calling that a major, but it's bound to happen that he's going to win a super major at some point too.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you anymore. I mean, you're getting like your top 4s, your top 3s. Like he's consistently right there on the cusp of winning that super major, right? Winning those S tiers, those P tiers. He's gonna get one before the year is done, and on his trajectory, he's probably gonna get 2. Like it just seems unavoidable to me from what I'm saying. Some notable, almost there but not quite that I was watching because there was so many. I'm glad there were so many streams because there were so many good matches that people just might not have known were even going on. The buzz was in losers bracket. brings it all the way back against Lima, and then
Yeah.
he has to go up against Akola. And
So before we talk about Akola, that's
Yeah.
one thing I actually wanted to talk about is that if top 8 wasn't the most hyped thing, the most hyped thing was honestly the top 24 qualifiers.
Yes.
Because that felt like every single top 24 qualifier was essentially a grand finals of a major tournament, because there was Mars versus Onan, and before that there was Mars. Mars' entire top 24 one was insane, which is like crazy because he got ranked like 76th or 75th or something, which is actually abysmal. That is disrespectful to Mars, to like knowing, even though he doesn't go to that many tournaments, just the fact that he does so well every single time to get ranked that low is definitely disrespectful to, I guess, their own LumiRank player, Luminosity player. But I guess he showed them up, and he was my favorite player, even though like obviously I love Light. He was my favorite to get top 8 at the very least. But yeah, he killed it in top 24. Or to qualify for top 24, he did have a very good bracket. But Void said it the best. Whenever Mars plays a character that he feels is not great, he's really good at making that character feel bad. Even if that character's good, he's good at making that character feel bad. And obviously, he still thinks Steve is very good, but Zero Suit does very well against Steve, which is why he won Game 5 against Akola and why he beat Onan, obviously. And not only that, there was the match with the Buzz and Lima, and not only that, there was also Snow against Sonix, which was probably the biggest surpriser to me, because in every single game, even in Brawl, Smash 4, and this game, Sonic does really, really well against Mario, because Mario is a brawler type character that has to get in on you and has to come fight you, and Sonic is like notorious for keeping you out, running away, and like just punishing you for doing anything, and all Sonic had to do was punish. But Snow I don't know if he has a good record against Ken or something, or if he practiced with Ken a lot, but he made that look like it was one of his best matches that he's practiced in.
Yeah, it was very impressive, and I was so happy for Snow, because obviously, if you guys ever watch my restreams, those Japan late night streams, I'm a big Snow guy. I'm very happy he's able to come over and show what he could do. Gets 9th place. I mean, that kid is sensational for sure. But I mean, like you named those matches. I mean, there were other crazy matchups too. Like I said, the Buzz, he was in game 4. He's up against Akola. Game 4, he's up on Akola, and he loses and then gets destroyed. Game number 5. You know,
honestly, that happened against all his sets.
I was gonna say that was the case for MK Leo. MK Leo he goes into game number 4. He's 2-1. He's up 2-1. I'm thinking, oh shit. Game 4 Leo's here. Game 4 Leo's here. Well, he was there for about a stock. Okay, he took that first stock. There for about a stock, and then it all went awry. Akola just, dissing.
Yeah.
I mean, to his credit, Akola's a very talented player. He's proven that, obviously. Brings it back against Leo and then kind of dominates in game number 5. Kind of the trend that we see. And it worked out a lot for him all the way up until we had to match up against Sonix. And we know about Sonix versus Japan. I mean, he is just, if there's an NA defender who's wearing that Captain America shield, it's got to be Sonix, okay? Took out Mia, okay? Took out Rauru.
You know what?
Took out Asimo. Took them all out.
And that's probably why Sonix lost to Snow, because Snow uses the USA Mario skin, right?
Exactly.
And that's probably why it makes sense. So he just got rid of his Japanese title for a second just to beat Sonix and then just put it back on. It makes sense.
It's kind of crazy how that worked too. I mean, kudos to that. And you know what else was surprising to me? Like with all those big hitters there, we listed all of Japan just smothering that top 8, like taking up 5 of the 8 spots in there. But Asimo was the highest placing one. That one surprised me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. That surprised me a ton. But he had a great run. And even pushed Sonix to the limit a little bit too. But I think Asimo being the highest placer was surprising. I wasn't surprised to see Hurt and Rauru in there at all, obviously, or Akola. But yeah, I mean, Asimo outplacing Akola, outplacing Mia, like that's a big deal.
And he did have a pretty difficult bracket for him too. He had to go through a lot of people. I think he had to beat Leo too. And in top 8, he had to play Yoshidora first, and I think the set record said that like he won 3 and he lost 7 sets. So that's when one of these one of the 4 out of 11 sets you play against him in top 8 of the biggest tournament post quarantine, apparently, or one of them. It's that definitely shows that he was definitely just locked in. It didn't matter who he played. I wouldn't have been surprised if he ended up winning the tournament too, just with how he was playing, because I'm pretty sure he also won an invitational later on, and it just showed that like, he was just very good that entire weekend.
He was sensational, having a perform. I mean, there's a lot of things I would have bet on Cosmos, but I would not have bet on Asimo being the highest placing Japanese player. I would not have bet on Sparg0's Roy winning the tournament. I would not have bet on Lu Yi beating MK Leo, and he didn't because we reversed 3-0'd him and made it the day number 3, Jim, because that's what we do. And you know what else we do, Cosmos? You want to know?
I do want to know. Tell me what I can.
We check out Prize Picks, baby, because Prize Picks never lets us down, because Prize Picks cares about us. And I mean, it's pretty easy to see why. If you guys aren't familiar with Prize Picks, let me tell you a little bit about them. They are America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members, including many of you. All you have to do is pick more or less on a 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. You know I love to do it. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Pick with as little as 4 correct picks. That's right, Smashers, 4 correct picks. Turn $10 into $1,000. How do you think I keep affording to go all these trips? You know damn well these tournaments are broke as hell. Prize Picks is supplying the gas. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Pick has got you covered every single week. They do different things to help you put the odds within your favor. Now, me personally, as I told you, I love Prize Picks. I like using Prize Picks. I'll select the stat types, you know what I'm saying? I'll highlight my winnings on Prize Picks. I like to show off a little bit. And of course, the hoes like that as well. No offense, ladies. I'm just keeping it real. I made my first $10 deposit and received an instant $10 bonus. If you got the skills, you can play for a shot at turning that $10 into $1,000, like I said. So make sure you download the Prize Pick app today and use code LIGHTSOUT for your first deposit match up to $100. That's code LIGHTSOUT on Prize Picks for a deposit match of up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy when you pick Prize Picks. You feel me?
I do feel you. That one hurt because we Masters are definitely still broke right now. If I was using Prize Pick more often, I probably would have been able to go to SmashCon.
I don't know what SmashCon is.
Nova, SuperNOVA.
There you go. You never know who's watching, man. We gotta dot our I's and cross our Q's and whatever. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, SuperNOVA was awesome, to say the least. There's so much more we could go in depth about. I do want to give you guys an update on what Light told me specifically. So as you guys know, Light actually got 17th place at SuperNOVA, being double eliminated by Sonix, of all things. Sonic players. He lost to Ken game number 5, where he had it well in hand. I was streaming the damn thing. Like I was calling. I was like, "Oh, you got this. It's over. What we going to eat? We made it." Okay. Then
generational talent.
Exactly. Proceeds to lose to Ken, who is a generational talent. And when Ken beat him too, because I was recording, I turned the camera on Ken, and Ken like popped off, and then like kind of composed himself, like, "Oh, sorry, I beat your friend." I was like, "No, you ain't gotta apologize, Ken. I know who you are, my boy. I'm proud of you." Wasn't mad at Ken at all. Good stuff to Ken. And then he makes it to day 3 because he had to play 2 more matches instead of just having to play the one the next day. He had to beat who did he have to beat? He had to beat 2 people. He had to beat Omega. So he beat Omega's Joker 3-0. And then he had to play.
He beat Syrup.
Yeah, he beat Syrup as well 3-1. So, and Syrup actually like just completely ran through his shit game number 2. It was disgusting. But Light said specifically, he was like, "You know what? I mean, he was like, there's nothing I can really do. Sometimes that's just how Steve games go. And you just gotta keep trying." And sure enough.
I mean, he called me and he was like, "Honestly, I feel like I shouldn't have beat Syrup." Or he said like he should have beat Syrup, but like if Syrup, he's not sure why Syrup didn't play like game 2 the entire time, because it didn't feel like it was anything special, and it just felt like he was doing Steve stuff, and if he just did that the entire time after that, he would have just lost.
Yeah.
But he just didn't. So he was like, I mean, we take those.
We indeed take those, and that was a big win because he did make it to day 3. He would. His opening match was against Sonix and fell a little bit short right there. All the games were very close, though. I give him credit. All the games were very close. But I think Light just needs to keep tightening that up because that used to be like the matchup that every Sonic feared was going against Light. Like he was the Sonic destroyer. Like it wasn't even close. Like if there was like if we were Ken, Wrath, or Sonics, you were like, oh, I'm getting sent to losers or eliminated if I got to go against Light. So he needs to recapture that. Obviously, the Sonic players have improved for sure, but he's just got to find that. And he said he was very confident. He said even though he lost, he said I feel like, and I quote, I feel like there's some really great things to come for me in this game. And I was like, what do you mean about that? He was like, I lost, but I don't feel bad about it. I feel like I learned a lot. He went back there. He played randoms for a while. Then he played like 6 sets with Mia. I think he won 5 of those sets. So, I mean, he said that he felt like it was coming back, like the fire was coming back. And the fact that he's still top 10, he says he don't think he's going to have any problem maintaining that going into this next season. So, starts off with 17, or defend the North win in the 17th year. Not bad, but I do believe there are greater things for Light.
Speaking of top 10, is it, if I'm not mistaken, is it now only Light and Tweek that have been in top 10 the entirety of like Ultimate's lifespan?
Yeah, so Light and Tweek are the only ones who have consistently been in any kind of rank, like official global rankings top 10 through the lifespan of this game. It's been Light and it's been Tweek. Leo, I think Leo's streak broke when he got 11th last one. Yeah. This when he got 25th. It's still ridiculous, but nonetheless, glad you brought that up. Let's go through this LumiRank 1 through 10 because when last we had our podcast, we were just kind of speculating on what it could be. So let me get that out for the fine people at home right now. Bada boom. All right, we'll go through it. All right, here's the LumiRank 2024. Previous season 1 through 10. At number 10, our boy Light, able to just barely squeak on in there. We're happy to see.
Just like the very first season of Ultimate, 10th place.
There you go. We're happy to see.
Comes full circle.
That it does. 9th place goes to Sparg0. I get it. He had a little bit of a down year, but I still thought 9th place was a little egregious to put him in.
Yeah.
And he certainly validated that concern and that opinion by winning SuperNOVA in a dominant fashion. Like I said, I think he only dropped like 5 games throughout the whole tournament. 4 games. Tama P at number 8.
That's what I'm still kind of surprised about because I'm like, I didn't really, because I heard about a lot of people doing very, very well recently. I heard about Shadic starting to do very, very well. Mm-hmm. I heard about Hurt starting to win like absolutely everything. Sonix to get second at absolutely everything. But Tama P, like, I don't really remember him necessarily winning anything. Maybe he won like one tournament. I don't remember seeing his card, but like, I don't really feel like he necessarily had the results, especially results to outplace people like Light and Raru. Like, I'm surprised that Raru didn't get top 10 because he was doing very, very well, especially at the beginning of the season. And obviously, like people like Zamba, he won Genesis, probably the biggest tournament of the entire season. Mm-hmm. So I'm surprised that he outplays all of them.
Yeah, I look at a place like this, and it's no slight to Tama P. I mean, he's a very talented player. Got 25th at SuperNOVA, so definitely a little lower than I'm sure he would have liked. But I did think this placing was a little high. Shadic right here at 7th. Well, I tell you, after this weekend, this isn't high enough for this kid. Let me tell you. 7th. Shuton at number 6 right here. Thought that was a little high too. Shuton, not a horrible performance at SuperNOVA either. He got like 17th, so not bad, but doesn't really validate a top 6 spot. Tweek, who got 9th. Tweek, we love Tweek. This was a big talking point too, along with the Sparg0 placement, was Tweek at number 5 and Hurt at number 4. It sparked a little bit of a debate online, with people mainly holding the fact that Tweek didn't go to enough things against him, whereas Hurt was like attending everything. But I mean, it's a lot easier in Japan because, dude, they spawn A tiers. You know what I mean? Like they straight up just spawn A tiers, so it's like it's easier for Hurt. But Tweek still had 2 S plus tier first place. I mean, like you can't ignore that, and in a 4th place at a P tier. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, I know he ended up losing the head-to-head to Hurt in this SuperNOVA bracket, but that really doesn't have any bearing on this ranking. I would have swapped these two. That's just my personal opinion. No disrespect to Hurt.
I'm just unsure about, like, obviously we never really know, but I don't know what they were really gauging or like what format they were using whenever they were ranking people. Like how how much they were weighing, how many more tournaments did you go to, how many more tournaments did it scale down to? Like, if you went to more, did it scale down your losses or scale down your wins too? Because I know Tweek won 2 majors. He won Let's Make Moves, Let's Make Big Moves, and he won Gommel. And then he did well at like some other tournaments too. But I know Hurt went to a lot more stuff, but also did very well. But also had like some 49s and some 33rds or something. But he was still placed higher. I don't think Tweek had anything lower than 17th, if I'm not mistaken. So I also know that Wrath went to like 4 tournaments, and I think that's what you needed to qualify 4 or 5. And then he won 1 B tier, and he got ranked almost top 30.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what they're really like gauging for stuff like that, because if you went to that little tournaments and then got ranked, but then Tweek also didn't go to that many tournaments and got ranked lower than somebody that went to more tournaments and did worse at some tournaments, I'm not really sure what they're gauging. So in my book, I definitely would have put Tweek, even though he lost to Hurt at SUPERNOVA. I definitely would have put Tweek over Hurt. And pretty close to Sonix as well, even though Sonix has been getting second. Tweek won 2 majors. But yeah, that was probably also pretty surprising to me.
Yeah, for sure. But nonetheless, congratulations to both of them. And then third place, I mean, these top 3 is not a surprise at all. You got Sonix at 3rd. The second place King himself at 2 S plus tiers and a P tier. And then Mia winning 2 P tiers and second at another one, which I don't think when I was discussing this, I realized like Mia had 2 P tier ones. I thought they were S tier ones. So that boosts him even higher. So kudos to him. And then Akola defends that number 1 spot. Just barely though, and he holds it down right there. So obviously, the top 3, 2 of them represented in SuperNOVA top 8. Mia falls a little short at 13th. But I mean, if you watched his match against, Mars, obviously, which is on this channel. I recorded it because it was off stream for some reason. Good job, stream runners, you dicks. But I got that match. It's on my channel. Mars upset Mia, and then he would eventually go on a little bit of a run, but then lost out on Sonix, who just, as we've said many, many times, just slays Japan. So that's kind of...
Wait, Mars lost to Cola. He lost to Sparg0 and Cola.
Correct. I'm saying Mia lost.
Oh, Mia. Yeah, right. Sorry.
Yep, no doubt. So yeah, I mean, hey, I liked, I'm glad that the rankings finally came out. I mean, they had like a lot of pageantry around it because they had like a little panel and somebody from LumiRank at SuperNOVA to kind of go through it and give, I guess, some reasonings to why some things happen. But, at the end of the day, stats are stats, but this is still an opinion-based business, and we're all going to have our own opinions. But appreciate LumiRank for definitely putting it together nonetheless, because I think that's really important. But, yeah, there is one other thing I wanted to talk about from or a couple things actually, but one of the other big things. Did you see? I know we don't talk about it that much, but how about the Melee results, bro? Did you see from one GOAT to another? Did you see Mango win Melee?
I did. Yeah, that was pretty insane. And I think I heard a thing where it's like Mango will always be a legend because he's not only the youngest player to win the major, he's also the oldest player to win the major now, which is probably one of the most insane things you can say about a competitor in general. To compete for that long, it's like he's essentially like LeBron James, but he's still winning.
Absolutely, man. I mean, Cody gets second. Junebug with the DK gets 3rd place. Incredible from Junebug. I mean, he had
that's crazy.
Dude, he had to forfeit his top 8 commentary because he was playing in the top 8. I mean, if that ain't a gangster, I don't know what to tell you. 4th place H-Box, and shouts to my homegirl Magi getting 7th as well. Love to see her do it well. But no, that was awesome. I mean, it really was cool. J Mook a little lower there with 13th. I was surprised to see that. Obviously, you guys know Moki at 17th. Surprised to see that. Zane was unable to enter because he got there late due to ear infection, delaying his travel back from Europe. But man, it was hype. And you have to be honest, bro. Do you see how good Mango looks these days? Like, just as a physical person?
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Like, I feel like he definitely just seriously takes care of himself.
He does. And a lot of people are probably like, well, how does Mango do it? Is it the diet or is it Ozempic? You know what I mean? Well, I'll tell you what. I think I might just have the cure, Cosmos. I think it goes by the name of HelloFresh. Okay. And if you guys are familiar with HelloFresh, you need to get geared up because Big Phil is going to take you on a little bit of a ride real quick. HelloFresh, let me talk to you real quick. Okay. What is HelloFresh? Well, HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You get to skip those annoying trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Yeah, you probably didn't know that. Guys, plans change all the time and life gets busy. That's why HelloFresh lets you easily customize your delivery from week to week. Tailor everything to your schedule by adjusting your delivery rate or skip a week when you're not able to cook at home. Hey, we all get busy. Sometimes we're at tournaments. You know how it be, chat. You know how it be. Make sure you guys understand that one of the factors to me losing all that weight was HelloFresh. Okay, it saved me a lot of time. Obviously, they have so many diverse and good recipes. Even if you're a vegetarian, you can find something you'll like on HelloFresh. With me, I'm partial to that salmon because I think it goes crazy. Okay, that's just the way it is. So, for free breakfast for life, make sure you go to HelloFresh.com/free lights out pod. Free lights out pod. One free breakfast item per box while the subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life just by going to HelloFresh.com/free lights out pod. Okay? We want you to check it out because we want you to get better. Because when your health goes up, your results go up. And when you eat like a goat, you perform like a goat. Shouts to Mango. Shout outs to HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
And I guess America's #1 melee player now.
It would appear so. I mean, I can't really argue with results, you know what I'm saying? But that was Supernova. It was a lot of fun to cover. There was some other thing that came out of Supernova that I don't know if you saw this. I actually thought it was quite ridiculous. Well, we cover ridiculous things around here, so why not? Did you see the TO drama with Ouch getting DQ'd because apparently he took somebody's spot in Smash 4 doubles on like Thursday, and then like the head TO found out a little bit later, and then made the tweet like "You're gonna feel my wrath," and then
I saw that tweet,
and then DQ'd him out of Ultimate. There was some. I think this situation becomes not as big of a deal if that tweet is never made. I know Ronful Fox, he's a good dude. He's a great TO. Definitely got a little big headed with that tweet though, but I think he was just messing around. But, a lot of people who are fans of Ouch, especially like they took that really to heart because they didn't think something that happened on Thursday should have affected what happened in Ultimate Singles. But rules are rules. And the problem with that is if you let it slide, because it happened like a year or two ago. Like I know this for a fact. It happened a year or two ago. I think that person got DQ'd. The thing is, if you let it slide, you set the precedent that it's okay to do, and it's not okay to do. You can't take somebody's place and bracket. You're just not supposed to. It doesn't matter if a volunteer cleared it. You need clearance from like the head TO of that particular game. You know what I mean? I think for Smash 4 it would have been Quch, but I don't think anybody talked to Quch. And Raffle, I think, is the overall TO. I don't think anybody talked to Raffle. So that's why they made it the decision to do that. I mean, I think, my personal opinion is it's not that serious. Let's let it rock.
It's not.
But by the letter of the law and to prevent it from being a thing, you kind of had to enforce that. And that's unfortunate for Ouch because I like watching Ouch play. I think Wolf's awesome and he's a great player, but he called it was an unfortunate break right there. What are your thoughts on that?
I definitely heard about that. I did not know it was Ouch, actually. I knew it was like a known player. I didn't know it was Ouch though. So hear that it was Ouch, especially like if you want to necessarily say it's like that, it's somebody that's coming from another country because he lives in Canada. I know it's not as difficult as like coming from Europe or coming from Japan, but still someone coming from another country that doesn't come to tournaments as often to the States. So it's pretty unfortunate that happened. I would have still let him play. I would have you still use him as an example. Like if this ever happens again, just know that you will be DQ'd, and I'm not going to do it now, but if it does happen, like he didn't know, obviously. So I still would have used him as an example, but I think it's stupid that I don't know if doubles was on Thursday or Friday, but whichever day it was, I think he has singles on Saturday. So to just not be able to play the next day in a completely different formatted event, that's really stupid for something like that, especially if you're not gonna, it's not like he's gonna do it again in that event. He's playing as his own like player. Ouch. He's not entering as whoever he entered in the other event as. So I think that's pretty stupid. I get why they DQ'd him, but he definitely got on his high horse making that. That was so stupid. He could have just not did that, and nothing would have came from it at all. But I think just because we heard about it, I do think that's pretty stupid, and that shouldn't really be a thing.
Okay, I mean, listen, I would have. I'm glad to get your take on it. I would like to get Lights as well, but he's not here. But I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I'm sure. I mean, it's not gonna have any bearing on Ouch's standing to attend another Supernova if he should choose to, for sure. But yeah, I mean, next time it's just a less for everybody. It doesn't matter what tournament, just in case. Make sure you get clearance from like whoever's like the head honcho. Volunteers just that, a volunteer. They still get paid, but they're not the ones making any real decisions. Let's just be honest about that. It's just a more of a safety precaution thing for sure. So.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think Ouch really took it to heart that much either. I don't think he really cared much because he's a really really chill person. He doesn't take offense to really anything. He just likes to play the game, hang out with friends. So he's probably like, okay, well, I guess I can't play the game, so I'm just gonna hang out with friends more and cheer on my friends. I'm pretty sure that's what he thought.
Sounds about right. I want to shout out to myself too. I put on my talent show, and that went really well. So I was really happy I was able to deliver my talent show. I'm actually gonna have a video for that next week on the YouTube. Gonna have a nice and cut and trimmed and timestamp with all the different acts. There were some really impressive people right there for EE's talent show. So I'm really glad we have that creator stage because it's, I mean, people do restreams on there. Coney did a little activity there. I did my talent show. They had the cosplay contest as well. Next year, I need you there, Cosmos, because I want to do a lights out podcast live from Supernova. I've already got the okay from Justin. He's down for it. So I just need the whole squad to show up. Will you be there next year?
I will be there, and I'll be there. That's all I'll say. I'll be there.
Okay, that's all I need to hear. Well, let's switch gears from Smash a little bit because I did want to talk to, and I this is especially prudent for you, my mans. Did you see the big dub? Did you see the big team USA W?
I did.
Tell me you saw that big team. Tell me you saw that W.
Did I did, and honestly, there was a point where I was fearing for my life because France was fighting. France was fighting in that finals, and I was like, I feel like at some point it's gonna end up coming down to one play. But Steph Curry made me just eat my words, bro. He put him away.
Yeah, Steph was so important to the success of that team against Serbia in the semis because we were down in the semis too. I remember I didn't even leave. I was almost late to my damn block because I didn't leave my hotel because I was waiting for the end of that game. Like he showed up and B showed up for that one. Durant made a timely jumper as well. And then like in the finals, yeah, like you said, France was fighting really hard. And, they have to, it almost felt like Team USA, they have to fight against maybe some officiating too, was the thought that it didn't end up being the case. I thought it was officiated pretty fair down there.
Yeah, right.
Just because they're in France, oh la la, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get them whatever victories they can. But that collective talent at USA, I mean, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy by any means, nor should it be. This is the international stage. It's the Olympics. There's a lot of talented basketball players out there that are not exclusively in the NBA anymore. But our guys brought it home. I noticed Jason Tatum did not play, though. So for that one guy who's always
honestly ever
in my comment section talking about, oh, hey, by the way, the Celtics won the championship. Well, guess what? Your supposed best player wasn't good enough to hang with the rest of the squad. He wasn't good. He still got an A. He still got an A for being on the team, but he ain't doing nothing. He contribute to the group project. He didn't contribute to the group project, but he was there. I give it up.
It's crazy. That guy got an attendance medal.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
Definitely felt like that was the case. But yeah, man. I mean, that is a lot of the episode right there. Now, I do want to say another thing, and I'm going to put this in your hands. The NA Avengers, Cosmos, do you feel like we did enough to say that we are the better, NA as a whole is the better region than Japan? Because they sent their best. They sent their most lethal. I mean, Raru was there too. It wasn't just me and Nicola. Raru was there too. Yoshidora was there too. Hurt was there too. They sent their absolute finest soldiers, and the top three was occupied from a man from Mexico who was born in San Diego, another man from the Dominican Republic who resides in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I seen you and I know why. Keep it up, Sonix. And another man from good old Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the results over Japan. Did the NA Avengers do enough, Cosmos?
I'm gonna say it. I don't think they did.
What?
I don't think they did. No, I think this is a very good statement for the beginning of the season for the NA Avengers. But I do think a lot of them got shafted. I think we can add Mars into that group now because I'm pretty sure he's going to go to more tournaments also. I don't know if he's going to go to Japan. I don't think he wants to go to Japan for Smash, but he is going to go to more tournaments. But he didn't get top 8. Light, who was supposed to be part of the Avengers, didn't get top 8. TWEEK, who was supposed to be like one of the most consistent Avengers, didn't got top 8. Lord knows what happened to Zomba. I don't know what happened to that guy. I don't think he got top. Did he get top 24? I don't know what happened to him.
He got
yeah, but he also didn't get top 8.
He got 13.
Okay, 13. He still didn't get top 8. And just the fact that we still had like over half of the top 8 be Japanese players, we still need to step it up. We need TWEEK in that top 8. We need Light in that top 8. We need me in that top 8. I would have been that top 8 if I went. But I still think I heard that there's going to be some Japanese players going to Riptide. And then I know Cirque is happening at some point this year too. I know Mia's going to be there. Hurt's probably going to be there. Probably some other Japanese players. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be another big Japanese tournament happening later on this year. So we need to like make sure we can't just shut it out in one tournament. We got to make sure we did good defending at the biggest tournament in our home turf, but we got to keep it consistent. Like Shadic, he's cooking everybody. We got to keep it consistent that way, and then we also go to their turf and then also beat them there because that's where it really matters. Because they come here and they also occupy a huge space in our top 24 and top 64. Because it's like their high level players are supposed to be better than our high level players. So we need to go there with our players and show that we can just beat any player that we've faced over there that's in top 64, top 24, top 8. So I feel like it's a good start, but it's not fermented that we are, better than Japan right now. We got to keep cooking them.
Okay, I'll give you that. I mean, they do occupy the 2 top spots on the LumiRank and several other spots in that top 10. So I will acknowledge that. I will acknowledge that there's still more work to be done, but a nice foundation has definitely been laid. You mentioned some of the. I really feel like SuperNOVA invigorated some people. I mean, Light is among those people. I know he's really rallying to get a lot of these tournaments raise their tier. Like we're trying to take it from B to A to S tier. Riptide is a good example of that. I mean, I know it happens in the middle of nowhere, but I mean, they've already passed. Yeah, they've already passed over 600 entrants. I don't know what it is about Riptide. I guess it's still maybe just the appeal of that damn water park and the fact it's a well-run tournament. I don't know. Like, kudos to that. I went one year. It was a cool experience. I just hated how far it was from the airport. It was like an hour to get there. And it was like the town itself was pretty like rinky-dink. But no, Riptide is looking like it could be an S tier. I'm hearing rumors of people like Mia and Hurt going. I'm hearing TWEEK and Sonix. I'm hearing Light, Cola, Zomba, Shadic, yourself as well. Mars is potentially interested. I mean, that right there, that just, that just gets me tingling in all the right places. Cirque, of course, we know Cirque is going to be tremendous. They just had one in March, having another one in October. I think some of the Japanese talents already confirmed there.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
How's the episode?
It was a good episode, actually. I think you'll enjoy it when you watch it back.
It's still going on?
It is, and it
Is
isn't.
it fine if I provide one more topic point before we go?
I actually think it is fine. The only thing I will say is if I randomly go on mute, it's because I hopped on this other meeting I have with Nintendo. But please. But please.
It will take 5. It's just a quick question. As I don't know if you guys asked it. Someone brought to my attention after SmashCon on the drive home. And it was just random, it's like one of those quiet rides home, music's playing, you're chilling, 6-hour drive. And he said, damn, do you think this is going to be the final SmashCon or SuperNOVA for Ultimate? And I said no. Because, new game. And I said no. I think there will be one more. And I just want to know your guys' opinion.
No, it's not the last one. Like, if it's not gonna if the new game does get announced soon, it's not going to come out that early.
I agree. But do you think there's only one more?
And also no, because theoretically there's still like all the other games at Supernova, so they're still gonna have it. But I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know when the next game's gonna end up coming out. I would assume with how it's going right now, because we don't have any information on the Switch, the next Switch yet. We're supposed to get some information the next Nintendo Direct, but I think we'll probably end up getting probably 2 more main Ultimate Smash Cons or Supernovas. So I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't be surprised if there's only one more, but there is at the very least one more. But I do think there will be 2 more.
Okay, I think there will be one more. Also, don't be curious about the Switch 2 because I mean that's what Phil's call's about, right, Phil?
Yeah, right. That's what he's talking about right now.
Whoa, hey, let's beep, beep. Well, while I have you here, we did go over a lot of things, and I do think there'll be at least one more Supernova for Ultimate for sure. Your Supernova experience, can you give us a 5-minute breakdown of it?
Supernova experience, great time. All that skill that I was talking about prior, where I told you guys, I really like your haircut. All that skill I was talking about
Right.
prior, where it was like I didn't just feel like I was confident in my gameplay anymore. Immediately came back the moment that I was fighting my peers. I honestly was playing really good the entire tournament. Versus Ken, I played the match wrong. I was very fearful. I don't think I want to lose, so I played very much in his game. And even though I was playing his game, I still should have won the set. And I just didn't believe in my options, and I was getting very greedy for kills. And it started to go down with time, which I'm not used to, and Ken is used to that, and he took advantage of that, which he did very well. I played against Sonix the next day, and I lost to him, but I played way more fantastic versus Sonix. I played the way I should be playing. I played like island pace. I still struggled with the same problem where I felt like I was winning the entire time, and I just got greedy to steal out the games. And I feel like that is something that happens to me every so often, where I feel like I just don't know how to get kills anymore because like people are just like adjusting to Fox's gameplay. But I feel like all things considered, that's a small adjustment I have to make. I mean, I'm happy. I feel like I'm back into top flight for the rest of that. I'm very confident for the rest of like the tournaments as long as I keep playing. I practiced yesterday. I practiced the day before. I played with Void on his stream and TWEEK like either yesterday or 2 days ago.
Nice.
I played with Nairo yesterday, like at 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m.
Locked in.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been playing a lot. Only day I haven't been playing is today. That's because I'm flying to Rewired in about an hour. So yeah. But I mean, other than that, SmashCon was Supernova. Gotta get used to that. Was a great time. Shout out to Mars doing really good. Love watching him do good. There was a lot of good Smash. I took a lot of time during the tournament, even when I was still in, to watch Smash because like just not being around that stuff in a while because there's not as many big majors. It was really fun watching other good people play. And I honestly was just really I had like a genuine like smile that I just did not expect when I just saw a bunch of people like Louis Money and Cola and Zomba. Like I just felt so good seeing everyone again. Like I love the feeling. It just being in the VIP room, just talking like, oh hey, how you been? It just felt really good. So that was really nice. Practicing for the next big event, which is going to be Riptide. I take full responsibility for making that event big. I'm taking it full ego.
I was just saying how you were gassing up. I was listening to some of the players who might be there.
Yeah, bro. So I will be there. Catch me at Rewired. Literally, if this goes up tomorrow, I will be competing tomorrow on Friday.
You know who's there?
Lima and Beast Paul.
Good practice.
Yeah, no, good practice. I'll be there for a day. It should be really good time. Kazos, wish you were there. And soon, but I'll probably see you outside.
You'll see me Riptide.
I heard you were going on a little training venture.
Yeah. Later on, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go to Narrows before the week before.
Nice.
Riptide, and then I'm going straight from his house to Riptide, and then I'm going back to Ohio to chill with Sylvanas for a bit. So I'll be definitely in peak form for Riptide.
That's great. You'll have like a little content / training journey there. That's really
exactly
nice for you. But yeah, no, Supernova. Jesus, I can't do this. Supernova Con Smash was great, and I had a good time. I know
the last thing I want to say about Supernova is that I'm very happy with how successful it was, given like the name change itself
Yes.
too. So like the fact that it was that successful, like probably more than like even some of the previous iterations, like speaks to like how much people still just love the event, how well it's ran, how well it does in general. So that's very good to see for just Smash in general.
You're completely right, bro. During the Smashies, Coney did a thing where he was like, you know, how many people is this their first time being at Supernova, right? And a bunch of people raised their hand.
That's crazy.
I was in genuine. You were sitting next to me, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was like 50
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I was in genuine. It was the majority of the people. I was in genuine shock just because I was like, damn, like we still get this much new people. You know, I really am happy to see that. And back to the point I made before, I do think we're gonna have one more for Ultimate. I don't think we're gonna have two more, but that's just because I'm a very positive
Optimist.
person. Yeah, very optimist for it.
You're usually not.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm very,
Guys,
I don't know. I've been having a great feeling about the future of Smash. So
I think the future is bright, and as far as like if we're gonna have another one or not, well, let me get to this meeting, and I'll I'll update you as soon as I'm off it. You know what I'm saying? But no. So Rewire Fest is just one day.
yeah.
Okay, we will be watching for sure. Wish you the best of luck. We'll get a full proper podcast next week. But this was an excellent episode number 70, recapping the events. Cosmos, can't wait to see you again. Light, good luck this weekend. And to everybody watching, like, comment, subscribe, because you know the vibes. Peace. We'll see you next time.